Welcome back to Diary of a Speed Reader. Today's book is Brother Ray by Ray Charles, and I'm giving it 4 stars. Now, Ray Charles is gotta be one of the top musicians of all time. This book is so lighthearted it could be a beach read, and yet so helpful from the perspective of thinking about how do you achieve the things that you're trying to accomplish, that it has all of that depth as well. And I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why I love this book and would recommend it. Before we get into that, just a reminder, February is African American History Month, and this year you get an extra day, leap year. So if you are looking at your shelf and you want to add diversity but can't figure out what to read, have a look at the books that I've recommended this month. They're all 4 and 5 star, and you won't regret reading them. Now, let's get into what makes this book so great. Now, the first lesson has to be about the grind. So many books are going to talk about sudden success, about how like if you work hard then suddenly it'll all appear magically. That is not the story of Ray Charles, even though we all think of him that way now. His was constant, continuous application of his talent, oftentimes, especially because of the way the world was at that time, not getting recognition, not getting financial recognition for that matter. He just keeps applying himself over and over and over again, and it's always about being a great player, always about becoming better and better. You know, the financial rewards just follow. And that is such an important message, I think, in this day and age where everybody's trying to do things quick. The second thing really has to do with no excuses, and that is throughout the book, though he doesn't just come out and say it. I mean, he's blind, obviously. His mother never let him have any excuses on what he couldn't do and limitations placed on himself. Later, he's playing gigs. The pianos are in the worst kind of shape. Like, they are so out of tune that he actually has to change the key signature to be able to play with the band. Sometimes keys are missing. Zero excuses. You just see it as part of what makes you professional and what makes you better and greater and more capable than others within the field. Last thing really has to do with that clarity of mind of what it is you're trying to accomplish. Now, he wasn't trying to be the most lucrative musician. In fact, during that period of time, that would have been like a losing, frustrating game. He was trying to be the best musician. And that meant sometimes taking a step back in order to take a step forward. For example, when he went to go and put together a band, that was financially expensive, but he knew he had to do it as a step in his career, and he took the hit so that he could continue his path towards greatness. And there are many such examples throughout this book where he's like built up his following in Florida, but he's like, nope, got to go to Seattle because we got to like make this happen and be like this bigger thing. I think it's really inspiring. It's a really interesting way to think about decision making because his decisions are crystal clear as a result of it. Speed reading stats, this book is 287 pages in my e-reader. It took me 1 hour and 22 minutes to read. A lot of that had to do with the fact that Ray uses dialect, his own way of speaking, and so it's not normal, the pattern of the sentence and the stuff like that. That can actually slow you down quite a bit. If you'd like to learn more about speed reading, feel free to comment below. Otherwise, thank you for liking, sharing, following, and otherwise supporting this effort. I will see you tomorrow.